Hello students, welcome back to the learning of English language. I am your English teacher Miss Rachna Chandarana and I'm back with another learning video. In today's video, we are going to learn grammar once again. Yesterday, we have started with the simple past tense and today we are going to continue with that. In today's video, we are going to learn about the regular and irregular verbs in the simple past tense. Now children, you have to watch this video very carefully and if possible twice because this content is not available in our grammar book. This is a little bit of extra work that we are going to do. So I want you to be ready with your classwork, your pencil, a ruler and your eraser. So let's go ahead and learn about regular and irregular verbs in the simple past tense. First of all, let us understand what this means. Now, based on verb forms, there are two types of verbs, regular verbs and irregular verbs. Regular verbs are the verbs that change from present tense to past tense in a fixed pattern. Irregular verbs are verbs that have no fixed pattern. This fixed pattern means verbs base form plus we either add D or we add ed or we add ied to the base form of the verb. That gives us the simple past form of the verb. But in irregular verbs, it cannot be formed by adding any fixed characters. The spelling of the verb changes completely in the simple past tense. So let us go ahead and see the examples of regular and irregular verbs to understand the concept better. First, let us see a few examples of the regular verbs in the simple past tense. The first type of such verbs, we have to add ed to the base form of the verb to get the past tense. Let us see a few examples. Let us take the verb jump, that is J-U-M-P. To this, we have to add ed to get the past tense jumped, that is J-U-M-P-E-D. To the verb call, that is C-A-L-L, we have to add ed to get the past tense and we get called, that is C-A-L-L-E-D. If we take the verb look, that is L-O-O-K, we have to add ed to get the past form which is looked, L-O-O-K-E-D. To the verb walk, that is W-A-L-K, we have to add ed to get the past tense form, that is walked. To the verb play, that is P-L-A-Y, we simply have to add ed to get the past form which is played, P-L-A-Y-E-D. Now let us see the next type of regular verbs that end in an E. To these verbs, we simply have to add a D to get the simple past tense form. For example, the verb like, which ends in an E. To this, we add a D to get the simple past tense form, that is liked. It becomes L-I-K-E-D. To the next verb, agree, which again ends in an E, we simply have to add a D to get the simple past tense form. Agreed. It is spelled as A-G-R-E-E-D. To the next verb, die, that again ends with a E, we simply add a D to get the simple past tense form, that is died, D-I-E-D. To the next verb, bake, which again ends in an E, we simply have to add a D to get the word baked, which is in the simple past tense form. Let us see the last example of this kind, that is smile, which again ends with an E. We simply add a D to get the simple past tense form. It becomes smiled, S-M-I-L-E-D. Now let's see other types of regular verbs which end with Y. With these kind of verbs, we have to take the verb's base form and add IED to get the simple past tense form. For example, cry. The word cry ends with a Y, that is C-R-Y. Here we have to remove the Y and we have to add IED to get the simple past tense form. And the past tense form is cried, that is C-R-I-E-D. The next one is try. That again ends with a Y. T-R-Y. Here we again remove the Y and add I-E-D and make it tried. That is T-R-I-E-D. The next example is study, which again ends with a Y. S-T-U-D-Y. Here again we will remove the Y and we will add I-E-D to get studied. That is S-T-U-D-I-E-D. The next one is marry. M-A-R-R-Y. Here again we will remove the Y from the end and add I-E-D to get the simple past tense form, that is married. M-A-R-R-I-E-D. The next one is apply. A-P-P-L-Y. Here again this verb ends with a Y. So we will remove the Y and we will add I-E-D to get applied, which is A-P-P-L-I-E-D. So children, this is how we get the simple past tense form of regular verbs. And this is how we identify them. So whenever we see a verb in the past form and we see it ends with either D or ED or IED, we can identify it as a regular verb. Now children, I want you to quickly take out your classwork notebook and be ready with your pencils. On top of the margin, give the heading as verbs and write today's date. Then in the very first line, you can write regular verbs in the simple past tense and copy down all the 3 slides that I have shown you for the regular verbs. You can refer to this example that I have given you on the screen. You can pause the video here and you can copy this down. Then you can go back in the video and copy down all the 3 slides that I have shown you already. Make sure that your work is neat and tidy and you do not make any spelling mistakes. I want you to learn all these examples that I have given you. Now let us go ahead and see a few examples of irregular verbs in the simple past tense. These are the verbs that are commonly used. Now remember, I told you that these verbs always change their spelling to form the simple past form. Let us see a few examples. The first one is awake, that is A-W-A-K-E. It becomes awoke in the simple past tense, that is A-W-O-K-E. Number 2 is be, that is B-E, becomes was, W-A-S, or were in the simple past tense, W-E-R-E. The third one is blow, B-L-O-W, becomes blew, B-L-E-W, in the simple past form. The fourth one is build, B-U-I-L-D, becomes built in the simple past form, that is B-U-I-L-T. The next one is buy. B-U-Y becomes bought. B-O-U-G-H-T in the simple past form. The sixth one is catch. C-A-T-C-H. It becomes caught in the simple past form, that is C-A-U-G-H-T. The seventh one is choose. C-H-O-O-S-E. It becomes chose in the simple past form, that is C-H-O-S-E. Eighth one is dream. D-R-E-A-M becomes dreamt. D-R-E-A-M-T. The ninth one is drink. That is D-R-I-N-K becomes drank. That is D-R-A-N-K in the simple past form. Number 10 is eat. That is E-A-T becomes ate. That is A-T-E in the simple past tense form. Let us see a few more examples. Number 11 is fall. F-A-L-L becomes fell. F-E-L-L. Number 12 is fight. F-I-G-H-T. It becomes fought. F-O-U-G-H-T. Number 13 is fly. That is F-L-Y becomes flew. F-L-E-W. Number 14 is freeze. F-R-E-E-Z-E becomes froze. F-R-O-Z-E. Number 15 is grow. That is G-R-O-W becomes grew. That is G-R-E-W. Number 16 is hear. H-E-A-R becomes heard. That is H-E-A-R-D. Number 17 is hide. That is H-I-D-E hide. It becomes H-I-D hid. Number 18 is hold. That is H-O-L-D hold. It becomes held. That is H-E-L-D held. Number 19 is know. That is K-N-O-W. It becomes new. That is K-N-E-W. Remember, in both know and new, K is silent. Number 20 is lay. That is L-A-Y lay. It becomes laid. L-A-I-D in the simple past tense form. Number 21 is leave. L-E-A-V-E leave. It becomes left in the simple past tense form. That is L-E-F-T. Number 22 is lead. L-E-A-D lead. It becomes led in the past tense. That is L-E-D. Number 23 is lend. That is L-E-N-D. It becomes lent. L-E-N-T. Number 24 is lose. That is L-O-S-E. It becomes lost. L-O-S-T. Number 25 is pay. P-A-Y. It becomes paid. P-A-I-D. Number 26 is read. R-E-A-D. In the past form, it becomes read. Although it is spelt the same, that is R-E-A-D, but it is pronounced as read. Number 27 is ride. That is R-I-D-E. Becomes road. That is R-O-D-E. Number 28 is run. R-U-N. Becomes ran. That is R-A-N. Number 31 is say. That is S-A-Y. Becomes said. S-A-I-D. The next one is seek. That is S-E-E-K becomes sought. S-O-U-G-H-T. Let us see a few more examples. Number 31 is sell. S-E-L-L and the past tense would be sold. S-O-L-D. Number 32 is send. That is S-E-N-D and the past tense would be sent. S-E-N-T. Number 33 is shake. S-H-A-K-E. becomes shook, S-H-O-O-K. Number 34 is shine, S-H-I-N-E. It becomes shown in the past tense, that is S-H-O-N-E. Number 35 is sing, S-I-N-G. It becomes sang, S-A-N-G. Number 36 is sink, S-I-N-K. It becomes sank, S-A-N-K. Number 37 is sit, that is S-I-T. It becomes sat, S-A-T. Number 38 is sleep, that is S-L-E-E-P. It becomes slept in the past tense, that is S-L-E-P-T. Number 39 is spend, that is S-P-E-N-D. Becomes spent in the past tense, that is S-P-E-N-T. Number 40 is spin, S-P-I-N. It becomes spun in the past tense, which is S-P-U-N. Here are the last few examples of irregular verbs in the simple past tense. Number 41 is stand, that is S-T-A-N-D. It becomes stood in the simple past tense, that is S-T-O-O-D. Number 42 is steal, S-T-E-A-L. It becomes stole in the past tense, S-T-O-L-E. Number 43 is swear, that is S-W-E-A-R. It becomes swore, S-W-O-R-E. Number 44 is swim, that is S-W-I-M, becomes swam, S-W-A-M. Number 45 is teach, that is T-E-A-C-H. It becomes taught in the simple past tense, that is T-A-U-G-H-T, taught. Number 46 is tell, that is T-E-L-L. It becomes told in the past tense, that is T-O-L-D. Number 47 is think, that is T-H-I-N-K. It becomes thought, T-H-O-U-G-H-T. Number 48 is wear, that is W-E-A-R. It becomes wore, W-O-R-E. Number 49 is write, that is W-R-I-T-E. It becomes wrote, W-R-O-T-E. The last one is win, that is W-I-N. It becomes won in the simple past tense form, that is W-O-N. So this way, children, we come to the end of today's irregular verbs. We have taken only 50 examples. Similarly, there are many more examples. But we are going to take up these 50 examples for our Term 2 exam and for the Unit 2 exam. So I want you to write these down in your CW and learn them by heart. Children, you can take out your classwork once again. Take out a fresh new page after you have finished writing the regular verbs, and in a fresh new page, in the very first line, you can write irregular verbs in the simple past tense, and in the bracket you can write commonly used. Then you can write examples. Draw a double line in the middle of the page. Then write present and past on one side and present and past on the other side. This is to save paper. On the left hand side, I want you to start numbering your page after leaving one line. After leaving one line, you're going to write 1, then leave a line, write 2, leave a line, write 3, and so on. Continue till the end of the page. And I want you to start copying from the first slide of irregular verbs. I want you to write down all the 50 examples in your classwork and learn them by heart. Make sure that your work is neat and you copy correct spellings from the slide. You can pause the video, rewind it, again pause it, and copy down all the 50 examples. Now there is one very important point that you need to remember. There are some verbs that do not change in the past tense. I want to show you some examples. These words remain the same in the present tense as well as the past tense. These verbs are cut, that is C-U-T. Now children, cut remains cut in present tense also and in past tense also. Similarly with the example put. Put remains put in the present tense as well as the past tense. Similarly, the verb hit, hit remains hit in the past tense also. The verb bet, that is bet, remains the same in the past form. Similarly, the verb wet, remains wet in the simple past form. The next one is set, that is set, it remains set in the simple past tense form. The seventh one is let, that is let, it remains the same in the past tense form. The next one is beat, beat remains beat in the past tense. The ninth one is quit, that is quit, it remains quit in the past tense form also. The 10th one is slit, that is slit, it remains slit in the past tense form. Let us see some more examples. And remember that you have to learn these by heart because this is a lesson for your life and you have to remember this forever. Number 11 is cost. Cost, cost, remains cost in the past form. Number 12 is hurt and it remains hurt in the past form. Number 13 is cast, that is cast, cast, it remains the same in the past form. Number 14 is shed, shed, it remains the same in the past tense. Number 15 is shut, that is shut, shut, it remains the same in the past form. Number 16 is spread. Spread always remains the same in the past form. Number 17 is forecast. Forecast. This remains the same in the past tense. Number 18 is split. That is split. It remains the same in the past tense. The next one is burst. That is burst. And this word also remains the same in the past tense. The last one, that is upset. Upset, remains the same in the past tense form. So these are the 20 verbs, children, which remain the same in the past form. So I want you to memorize them properly so that you can remember them forever. Now children, in the same way that you have written the irregular verbs, I want you to take out a fresh page, write remember on top of the margin and write examples of verbs that do not change in the past tense, and then in the bracket write commonly used. Then draw a double line in the middle of the page to divide the page into two parts, and then write present, past on both the sides. Then leave a line, write number 1, leave a line, write number 2, leave a line, write number 3 and go on till number 20. I want you to copy down all the 20 examples and learn them by heart because this is going to be asked in your Unit 2 exam as well as your Term 2 exam. And this is a very important lesson for life because this is going to be commonly used forever whenever you use the English language. Children, with this we come to the end of today's learning video. In today's learning video, we learned something that is not in our grammar books. So I want you to watch the video very carefully and if required twice. And I want you to note down everything that I told you in your classwork so that you can memorize it later for your examination. Thank you very much for watching today's video. I will see you again tomorrow with another learning video, and tomorrow's video is going to be about past continuous tense. This is me, your English teacher, Miss Rachna Chandarana, signing off. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.